everyone. It's Kyle here in Hermosillo, Mexico, and this time I'm going to talk about a food that I've really loved here. So far, honestly, all the food I've had is amazing, but if I had to pick just one, I'd probably go with Pezole to try back in America and to try to bring with me if I could. So what I like about it is it's a really flavorful soup. I mean, it seems really simple. It's just kind of like cheese and potatoes in this kind of soup, I guess is the best way to describe it, but it's got chunks in it. It's not like all just a broth, but it's full of flavor, but it also has like a really nice texture, and the potatoes is really good. They soak up the flavor really well, and it's just amazing, and I really want to bring it back to America if possible. And overall food in general has just been great. I mean, all the sauces are a little bit more flavorful. Meat especially is famous in Hermosillo, and I see why, because it has a lot more flavor. It's kind of lacking the meaty flavor. And I had a steak here, and just expecting it to be normal steak. I usually don't like meat actually that much, but I really kind of changed my perception of it, at least here. Meat is really good here, so I'm more willing to eat a lot more meat. And overall, that kind of carries over to other foods. There's a lot more flavor, a lot fuller, fresher, especially sushi. One weird thing I have tried is, first day here I had octopus, which was something I thought was so weird for a long time, but I asked Pepe, or Jose, Alex's brother, what a good food was at the sushi restaurant, and he ordered me this big platter, and there was octopus tentacle on it, and I was like, okay. And I ate it, and that was probably the weirdest thing I've ate, to be honest, which is kind of ironic. In Mexico, the weirdest thing I eat is octopus. But seafood here is also really good. Seafood here is a lot more fresh, and it tastes just more like seafood should, I guess. It doesn't taste as bland as in the US, because a lot of places don't have easy access to octopus or fish like they do here, because the ocean is so close. We went to Kino Bay, it's only 40 minutes away, and they had amazing seafood there. The smell was just permeating all the buildings around the wharf. And what does Alex think about food, or about American food, that is? Alex, so he thinks a lot of it is good, but I think that it's the same for a lot of people here. They think that American food isn't really, like, unique. It's kind of a worse version of a lot of foods from around the world. We kind of take other people's food and try to recreate it, and we never really get it quite right, especially with like Mexican food, Italian food. Although it's really good, it's just never quite as good as the place where it comes from. So a lot of people think that America doesn't really have that many great, unique foods, and it's a lot of franchises that exist in other places. They know that, I mean, we have pretty decent food in America, but they're just kind of confused as to what American food is. I feel like a few people have asked me that, what is sort of the American classic food, and I honestly usually don't have an answer. I want to say hamburgers, but that feels a little too cliche. I mean, I'm sure there are things, just kind of like mashed potatoes, Thanksgiving style meals, I guess, would be like an American classic, but it's not something that we eat on a regular basis, at least me personally. So they kind of just don't really know what our food identity is, and neither do I. But that's the biggest opinion I've heard of American food, just kind of what makes it unique. That's all I have about food. Food here is amazing, and I wish we had more of it in the US, but that's all for today. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next vlog. I don't have one. Yeah. Hold on.